Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, I'm diving into a question that so many people silently wrestle with. Does my partner secretly miss me, but pretend they don't care? It's confusing, it's painful, and it can leave you overthinking every little word or action. If you've ever felt like your partner has emotionally pulled away, like they're physically there, but their heart feels distant, then this video is for you. Let's unpack what could really be going on beneath the surface, and figure out whether what seems like indifference is actually something more complicated. 1. The emotional disconnect. It's more common than you think. So, let's start here. That uneasy feeling like your partner just isn't as invested anymore. You're not imagining it, but it doesn't necessarily mean the relationship is over. Emotional disconnects happen in even the healthiest of relationships. Life throws curveball: stress from work, family drama, mental health challenges, and, sometimes, your partner might be so caught up in their own world that they don't realize they're creating distance between you. And here's the kicker. Most people don't even know they're doing it. They're not trying to hurt you, they're just overwhelmed, emotionally drained, or unsure of how to open up. 2. Miscommunication, the silent relationship killer. A huge part of this confusion often comes down to miscommunication. We tend to assume our partner knows how we feel or what we need, but how often are we really saying it out loud? And if you're unsure how they feel, have you created a safe space where they can open up without fear of judgment? Often, we avoid the hard conversations out of fear of being vulnerable, fear of pushing them further away, or even fear of hearing something we're not ready to deal with. But this silence creates emotional distance. Resentments build, feelings get bottled up, and suddenly, you're both standing on opposite sides of an emotional canyon, wondering how you got there. 3. Why they might be hiding their feelings. Here's something most people overlook. Partners often hide their true emotion from themselves. Why? Because vulnerability is scary. Showing someone you miss them, that you care deeply, that you're emotionally affected by them, means handing over power. It's exposing your soft spots. And if they've been hurt in the past, they might associate vulnerability with pain or rejection. So instead, they put on a mask. They act distant, detached, like nothing's wrong. But deep down, there's a storm of emotion they're trying to contain. 4. Signs they might secretly miss you. So how can you tell if your partner actually misses you, even if they're pretending not to care? Let's talk signs. These aren't always obvious, but if you pay attention, they can be incredibly revealing. Sudden behavior shifts. Maybe they've been cold or distant, but then they randomly initiate contact, suggest plans, or do something thoughtful, just because. It's like their heart is trying to reach out even when their head is holding back. Inconsistent communication. One day they're non-responsive, and the next they're fully engaged. That push-pull pattern can be a sign of emotional confusion, someone missing you but not knowing how to express it. Emotional reactions. Do they get a little teary or uncomfortable when you bring up certain topics? Do they shut down or get defensive when you talk about the relationship? Sometimes, those reactions are rooted in feelings they're struggling to process. Subtle affection, small, quiet gestures, a kind message, remembering something you said, making you coffee in the morning, can be their way of showing they care, even if they can't say it out loud. 5. Why it matters to understand this. The more you understand that people deal with emotions in different ways, the easier it becomes to stop internalizing their distance as your fault. A partner who acts like they don't care might actually be protecting themselves. They might be afraid to admit they miss you because they think it makes them weak, or they don't know if you feel the same way. That doesn't make it okay, but it gives you a starting point. And once you have that awareness, you can approach the situation with empathy rather than anger or blame. 6. What you can do next. So what should you do if you're dealing with this? Create a safe space for honesty. Make it clear that you're open to hearing their truth without judgment or pressure. Check in, not call out. Instead of saying, "You've been so distant," try, "I've been feeling a bit disconnected lately. Can we talk about it?" That shifts the conversation from accusation to connection. Be honest about your own feelings. If you miss them, say it. If you feel hurt, express it. Vulnerability is the bridge that closes emotional gaps. Give them time if needed. If they're dealing with personal struggles, They may need space, but let them know you're there when they're ready. To wrap this up, remember, people don't always show love in obvious ways. Sometimes, what looks like distance is really a sign of fear, inner conflict, or unspoken longing. Keep an open heart and a curious mind. And if you're feeling this in your own relationship, know that you're not alone. I'd love to hear your thoughts or experiences in the comments. What have you noticed when someone pulls away but still seems emotionally tied? And don't forget to check out my other videos for more real talk on relationships, emotional intelligence, and building better communication with the people you care about. Thanks for watching. See you next time.